Hello, hello, beauties. Well, I'm sorry I was a few minutes late. My computer said it needed a very important update, and 15 minutes wasn't enough. So it ran me a little behind. I was sweating bullets here. I was sweating bullets here. And well, I'm here today with my part of my menagerie here. Baby G is there. Miss Georgia is laying there, and well, Lil was here. I don't know where she is right now, but she was here, and you just never know who's going to show up here in my office. All right, so in case you don't know who I am, you are on my fan page. My name is Lisa Marie Grantham, and I'm the founder and creatrix of the Goddess Lifestyle Plan. It's a proprietary system that I created to help women, really spiritually open women, because that's what, those are my peeps, the magical women, right? Magical women identify how to design, identify what they want in their life, go after what they want in their life, and design their custom goddess lifestyle recipe, which is basically your ideal lifestyle. What do you want? What do you want? So my work really revolves around talking about really activating or connecting. Hi, Joanna. I'm so glad you're here. Thank you for saying hi. And hi to Joanna's mama. Boy, I love your daughter. You did a great job, mama. So wonderful for you to be here and be with me live. So I hope you get something really great and useful from this Facebook Live. As I've been saying, and here's the thing, I'm an agent of change, so I'm usually like, this is what's going to happen. It always happens this way. For the last 3 years, I've been saying, I'm doing more video, I am doing more lives. Ladies, I am revving up. I mean business now, and you will find me here every Wednesday, unless I'm traveling, unless something gets in my way, 1 p.m. Eastern. Now, today I had to do 2 p.m. because I had a coaching client already booked, but I'm going to be absolutely here every Wednesday. But I'm going to post it up in the group on my page, you know, Facebook Live today. This is the time, depending on my schedule. But we are definitely scheduled in the calendar now, and I'm going to be here guiding you along on creating your version of a goddess lifestyle. And what does that even mean, and what does that look like? This is really about you tapping into your feminine essence, right, and stepping into your powerful feminine. Hello, Joanne. Thank you so much. I love when you guys are here with me live. I just feel like we're hanging out, and I just love that. All right, so today we're talking about honoring your truth. So important for women, so important for everyone, but I believe that women have a struggle with really owning and speaking their truth. Hi, MJ. How are you, sweetie? I know that sometimes some of you tell me where you're calling in from, but I love to see where everybody's calling in from. Some of you I know, because you've been with me before a few times, but you know, I never get old reading it, so feel free to do that. And throw me some hearts if you love what I'm saying during this training. And I just want to share with you my shirt, my awesome shirt. It says here, may your Mercury be more Freddy and less retrograde. So I really hope that that's what's happening for you. So far, so good. I'm going to knock on some wood. This Mercury retrograde has been smooth sailing so far. And of course, I do not want to annoy the gods, the powers that be with that statement, but by no means am I calling in anything. So delete that. But I'm hoping that you're finding your Mercury retrograde going smoothly as well. On top of that, magically speaking, we're in, and energetically, magically and energetically is an interchangeable word for me. So if you don't resonate with magical, switch to energetic. But this is the time of year right now where I'm leading my monthly coaching group, the Goddess Lifestyle Sisterhood, through shadow work. And I'm also working with a handful of them privately during this next really 6 weeks. It's a time when we go into the shadow and take a look at what is what we suppress as part of our, we fragment who we are because we find maybe parts of ourselves to not be attractive, or we're ashamed about certain parts of ourselves and our behaviors and who we are. So we tend to fragment ourselves, right? And shadow work, the process of that is calling it back. calling all the parts of you back, whether it's the beauty, which everybody loves to just say, hey, I'm so wonderful, and you know, and I'm like a unicorn and I'm wonderful all the time, but we all have warts. We all have the warts. And shadow work, the process of shadow work, is calling in all of those different parts of ourselves that maybe we fragmented out and dilute our personal power. We bring it back to the present moment so we can be fully integrated into who we are in all of our aspects, and really be loving to all aspects of ourselves. Hi, Fia. Hi, Fia. It's so nice to see you. So that's what we're working on energetically right now. The autumn is, and the fall, the autumn is all about releasing what no longer serves as the wheel of the year turns again towards winter, which is the season of rest, rejuvenation, visioning into what we want to birth come the spring again. And again, that's energetic, symbolic, however you want to look at it. So today we're talking about honoring your truth. What I mentioned before, such an important thing for women, right? A bunch of reasons why. When we honor our truth, we are absolutely honoring the sacred feminine within, the powerful feminine within. There's a lot of reasons that we begin to suppress our truth, not speak our truth, not live our truth. And I'm going to get into a little bit of that, but not too deeply, because I really respect your time. I try to make these Facebook Lives about 22 minutes, so that it's a quick watch and you can get on with your day and maybe think about and integrate, or even journal on what I've taught during these Facebook Lives. So, hey, Marissa, I just see you jumped on too. Nice to see you, sweetie. When we disconnect from the feminine within, the inner goddess, your sacred feminine power, however you want to put it, again, we fragment ourselves. We fragment who we are. And one of the ways we do that is not by speaking our truth. Now, a little bit of a backstory on me. I've always been a sensitive. I've always been an intuitive. I've always been an empath. And my way of dealing with speaking my truth, because I would suppress it for so long, would be me flipping the fuck out. I had no other way to say it, you know. Yes, that's a Frenchie. Hi, sweetie. Lil's our Frenchie. She's a little blue Frenchie. She's so cute. I'll try to pick her up in a little bit when I'm getting close to complete, so you can see her and say hi. I would suppress my truth, not speak my truth, and then things would stack, right? And then I'd blow up like Mount Vesuvius. Totally not goddess, was not flowing with life, was not living or speaking my truth, very, very disempowered. This happens to a lot of women. So I want to talk about that. Your sacred feminine is alive and well within you, even if you don't feel her, even if you don't recognize she's there right now. The sacred feminine is within you, and she's just waiting for you to connect with her, to really have honor her, have reverence for her, notice her, energize her, right? So many things can take us off of our game in life, you know, as far as really being in touch with our feminine. Things can go wrong. You know, we can maybe put on some weight as women, and then we have some body shame. All these things disconnect us from our feminine power. And my work in the world is helping you reconnect with that feminine power, whatever it looks like for you, because there's 1,000,001 ways that women lose that connection with their inner goddess, or maybe never feel like they've ever connected with her. You know, she might have been raised in a family where it was all boys around her, sons, and she was taught to suck it up, taught to suck it up, whatever it was. Not say she was hurt, not say that that something hurt her feelings. Toughen up, get a tougher skin. You know, I was raised by a mother in particular who didn't want me to hurt so much. So her answer was to get a tougher skin, Lisa, fight back, Lisa. That's just not my nature. So we become wrong for being soft and feminine. We become wrong for those things. It's cultural, right? It's cultural. It's really taught to us. So this is a process. When we begin to honor our truth, it's a process of reclaiming our truth. What is our truth? And it's different for every woman out there. Our truth is very, very unique to us. It has a lot to do with our soul's journey. It has a lot to do with our upbringing. It has a lot to do with who we are, what we're made of, you know? And it's an individual process. It's a personal process. There's no one size fits all. So I'm just going to give you some examples here today, and you'll see what feels true to you, what feels true to you, because that's it. As a woman, we should really be in touch with our intuition. We're intuitive creatures, right? So really feel, is that true for me? And that, I believe, is a Brene Brown thing. And it's very, very powerful. It is something once I heard it, I use it a lot, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So reclaim your truth, whatever that is. Now, there is a difference between your truth and divine truth. One of my mentors along the way called divine truth, truth with a capital T. And I love to refer to it that way because that is divine truth. It is undeniable. Divine truth is that, for an example for me, is that at our purest essence, we are love. That's divine truth. Me feeling like you did wrong by me, that's my truth. You see what I'm saying? There's real truth with a capital T, and then there's your personal truth. And both are important. Both are important. But the way we deal with it should always be of a higher vibration. And I might do a part 2 to this, talking about really how to express your truth, because I know a lot of women get jammed up in that like I used to. And I'd love to give you some tips and strategies on how to maybe shift that into a higher vibration, more elevated. All right, so you want to be examining what you were taught about who you are as a person, as a soul, who you were told, like, were you told, suck it up? Were you told you're too opinionated? Were you told what you thought or believed or how you looked at the world was wrong? All this gets kind of downloaded into who we are. And of course, it's always done by a person of authority in our life, whether it's a teacher, a parent, a mentor of some sort. We're never wrong for how we feel. That's something that I've been fighting for my entire life. I'm not too sensitive. I'm not too soft. I'm not too all these things. You know what? I am me, and it's not wrong. It's not wrong to be hurt. It's not wrong for your truth to be like I don't like confrontation. Yes, we have to have tools. We need to develop tools in order to deal with confrontation, but not every one of us is meant to be like a soldier looking for a war. You're not wrong for who you are in all of your aspects, in your sensitivity. So you might have been taught, suck it up. Don't say you're hurt. Don't tell me if you're hurt. It's not welcome. You're not welcome to tell me how you're feeling. Feeling this home could be your home, growing up home. It could be a home that you created with a partner. You should be able to speak your truth. There's always a way to speak your truth. All right, so let's see what else. You gotta take a look at yourself. And again, going back to Brene Brown, ask yourself, is that true for me? Is that true for me? You're this, you're that. You need to be this. You need to think this way. Just take it in. And when you have a moment, just kind of think, is that true for me? Most of the time, when you really, really, really ask yourself that question, you're going to say, that's not true for me. And that's okay. That's actually more than okay. That's friggin' excellent, because that means you're learning who you are and how you are going to step into your power and move in the world. Move in the world, who you're going to be in this world, on this earthly plane, right? So there's another thing called habituation. Oh gosh, well, one of the reasons I help so many clients really, really profoundly is the fact that I work so much on mindset. Mindset is so everything. Pretty much what goes on right here rules everything. It rules your life. It really dictates what your life's going to look like. So mindset is a very, very important aspect of it, but there's science behind it. It's not all the woo stuff all the time. There is science. And the reason that I love the science as a backup to the metaphysics is because for anybody who is more like an analytical mind like me, I like to see the science behind things, So tell me why this is so. And I love that. So we become habituated to thoughts, beliefs, things we do, AKA habits, right? And let me just see here, past conditioning from when we're growing up and we're absorbing all of this stuff, the way things were done in our household growing up, right? It becomes deeply rooted. And basically, you know, I'm not a scientist or anything, but I'm going to say there's neurosynapse in the brain, and the same thought or the same behavior that happens over and over kind of puts a groove in the brain, almost like if you were walking through leaves over and over the same path, you would burrow a path, and that is all it is. A thought is literally just a thought. It doesn't have to become a thing in your life. Every thought you have, you don't have to believe it. You can choose to create new thoughts. So when I talk about we're habituated to thinking about things and thinking about, you know, the fact that we can't speak our truth, that's just a feeling. That's a feeling, and it doesn't make it true, right? It doesn't make it true. It could feel scary, but it doesn't make it true. So you want to always be looking at that. Authority figures, parents, teachers, coaches, mentors. And when I say coaches, like sport coaches or gymnastic coaches, they told you all these things that you were supposed to believe. They told you all these things you were supposed to do and feel. That doesn't make it particularly true. You ask yourself, is that true for me today? And really evaluate, is that true? And if it's not, sister, get yourself thinking a different way. Make a new thought. Make a new decision about how you're going to move forward in the world. Number 4, listen to your gut. We women, listen, I'm not going to say that women are more intuitive than men. I'm not even going to go there, because I truly believe that every living creature has intuition. I'll say that again. Every living creature has intuition, men included. However, women are connected to the watery realm, the moon, the element of water. And with that comes divination, intuition. So I truly believe that we have almost like a shortcut or a cliff note to like right directly to the intuition. So many times I find women just overriding their intuitive hit on something, what their gut is telling them. They say yes when they really want to say no. They do something that is totally going against what their gut is telling them, and it usually always never works out. And so that's the thing. When you start honoring your truth, you want to be absolutely listening to your gut, right? There's a lot of times all my life, again, I was told you're too sensitive, you're too soft, you're too this, you know, you got to fight. And when I was going through those times that felt very hurtful to me, it was screaming over here like, oh my God, this feels so bad. And I was getting sick in my stomach, knots, and it felt horrible. And then my brain was going, no, toughen up, Lisa. You shouldn't let that bother you, Lisa. Fight back, Lisa. That doesn't make it true for me. What was true for me is that it hurt. All right? So I really want you to really start listening to your gut. If something hurts, speak your truth about it. Maybe you don't have to do it in the moment if you feel it's too loaded, the situation. But at some point, there are ways you can speak your truth and feel into your decisions, right? So that's the first step, is really feeling into your decisions. If things don't feel good to you, hit the road. Hit the road. Hit the road from that conversation. Hit the road from that situation. Get out of there. Next tip, listen to what your body is asking for. Another way of honoring your truth. Ladies, I know you. You're probably saying yes when you really want to say no. You probably feel too guilty to lay down and rest if you know you have work to do. Or if you're anything like me and the women that I coach on business, if I'm not doing something for my business every waking moment of my life, and by the way, this is a past rock I used to stumble on. No more do I stumble on it, because I've been working on it. But perfectionistic women tend to feel like if I'm not literally working on my business every waking moment that's humanly possible, then if it's not successful, it's all my fault, because I could have been doing more. These are the things when we're not honoring our truth. Now I take a daily cat nap, usually right after lunch. I lay down whenever I freaking want to, actually. Unless I have a commitment, like coaching or an interview I'm doing or something like that, I rearrange my schedule. That is the beauty of being an entrepreneur. I also never say yes to any invitations I truly do not want to do. And you know, sometimes you're in a little bit of a pickle, right? That you're there, you're sort of obliged to be there. Maybe it's family, maybe it's a party for family or something like that. You know, sometimes I'll be like, all right, but then I made a choice. It isn't like this victim, like, oh yes, I have to do everything everybody asks of me. That slave girl mentality, so not honoring your truth. When you step into your full feminine power and you tap into that feminine essence within you, you just stop saying yes to every last little thing, because really, this is your life to live. This is your life to live. And you want to show up everywhere you show up at the most high vibration. So if you're just going to bring resentment and I don't really feel like friggin' being there, what good is it doing the people you're saying yes to? Not a good thing. So just that's something to think about, especially with the holiday season coming up. Because you know what? A lot of women in my community say yes when they really want to say no. They do all the things for the holidays, and then guess what? You get sick because you're around all of those groups of people with all their friggin' germs, and you are so tired, and you're not honoring your truth, which is resting and staying home and getting a cup of tea or a little sip of brandy and putting on your flannels and hanging at home. So there you go. Something to think about. Your hubby was like, what? Yeah, I'm saying it. And so listen to, honoring your truth is also listening to what your body is asking you for. Rest, nourish, take care of you, self-care. You also really want to get in touch with your heartfelt desires. What are they? You know, for years, I lived my life for everybody else, my children, my family. I mean, I didn't even know who I was anymore. And then it hit me in my late 30s. Who's Lisa? What is Lisa like? What is Lisa not like? What's a deal breaker? What's a deal maker for Lisa? I had no idea, because I had gotten, and it wasn't conscious, it was a slippery slope that I kind of slid down. It was about making my life about everybody else I loved instead about Lisa. You know what? We need to know who we are and what we love. And we have to know those things so that we can infuse our lives with those things that fill us and make us feel like we are living our goddess lifestyle. Very, very important. So you want to connect, stop it, Georgia. You want to connect and identify with your heartfelt desires and your heartfelt needs. That is part of honoring your truth. And yes, sometimes it's going to cause ripples. Sometimes it's going to cause people that you care about to maybe not be on board with you and be a little pissed off about it. But you know what? If somebody truly loves you, they want you to be at your finest, at your fullest, at your healthiest, and your most powerful. That's what they want for you. It is the people that have agenda in your life that want to keep you down and doing for them, right? You're hurting me. She's putting her like paw that big with that leg that's like an oak tree trunk on me, and it hurts. Can you go away? Isn't Daddy home? I heard him come home. So, and then what's another way? Let's see what else. Take and make time for you. This is a biggie. I was just, oh my gosh, you see, she knocked my glasses off at one point. Jeez. Yes. So Joanna says, my mom says having a cup of tea is her truth. It's in alignment with me too. Then you have that tea. You mindfully schedule tea and don't skip it for nothing, because it's about what fills you up. It really is. When you're filled up and feel really nourished and you're really honoring your truth, you have so much more to give others. I know it sounds crazy. You do for you and then you have more for others. It's true. It's counterintuitive, but it really is probably truth with a capital T right there. See how I threw that in? Yeah, George is killing me. She knocked my glasses off on another Facebook Live. That'll be the day I get like down on her level, because who knows what that paw is going to do to me. And so you want to make and take time for you. I was just coaching my private client before, very, very successful business owner. She has a very, very successful subscription box business, and she enjoys doing something, and she doesn't have the time, right? We were talking about that. I don't have the time. And I was like, well, darling, you have to make the time. Time doesn't show up. We have to carve out the time. We have to say, I am doing this because this is for me. This is my guilty pleasure, and I need my guilty pleasure so I fill myself up, and then I could do all the things. So it was a big mindset shift for her, and she's going to be working it into her calendar. So there's that. Make the time. There is the same 24 hours as for me as there is for Oprah, excuse me, and for everybody else on the planet who is very high functioning. So we need to really, oh God, Fia, you saw her knock my glasses off. It was a belly flop moment for me. I'm sorry to get sidetracked, but I thought about deleting that Facebook Live, but you know what? I want you guys to see it all. You know, this is my life. Sometimes my 140-pound dog slaps my glasses off my face. It happens. It really does. So that's just how I roll. So take time, make time for your guilty pleasures. All right, very, very important. It fills up your soul so that you can pour more for others. And then honoring your truth is about speaking your truth. Now, I did mention before that sometimes in the moment, in the heated moment, it's not the time to speak your truth. I get it. So as really empowered women, I think we have the tools, or we should develop the tools and skills where we can kind of hold our tongue until the appropriate moment comes where you can say what you need to say. Sometimes it needs to happen in the moment. Sometimes there needs to be a bit of a screaming match or whatever. I get it. Life is life. But really, sometimes I'll just absorb it. And I've learned that sometimes silence is very, very strong communication, and I'll think about it, and then I will respond to the situation. I will speak my truth like a queen, right? Like a queen. So those are my tips about honoring your truth. Why is it so important? Because who are you if you're not honoring your truth? You're who everybody else wants you to be. Your truth is your compass. Your truth is the direct pathway to your soul. All right. So my team has been working like crazy. I have some free gifts for you, and I call it Goddess Swag because free gifts just sounds boring, and I don't roll boring. Hi, Cheryl. Nice to see you. So I put the link up top. We have a whole entire page full of free downloads for you. All the stuff I've been creating over the years. There's a new free gift. It's called Design Your Goddess Lifestyle Planner. And I truly believe working through that workbook will start you really understanding who you are, what you need in your life, what ingredients you need in your life in order to really fill it up and on purpose and inspired and juicy. So definitely visit the link above, which is goddesslifestyleplan.com/free swag. All right, and that'll take you there, but the link's up top. And I want you to download as many free gifts as you'd like because they're all really awesome, if I do say so myself. That's a shameless plug, but I'm shamelessly plugging myself there. All right, my loves, you are so welcome, Fia. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, I'll see you next week at 1 or 2, depending, but I think it's going to be 1 o'clock next week, Wednesday, and I hope you can join me live, okay, my loves? But always look, I'll be posting on my Lisa Marie Grantham official page, the fan page, what time I'll be going live that day. I'm going to try to shoot to make it always the same time every week, so you know, let me go hang out with Lisa at this time, okay? So I'll see you soon. Download those gifts. They're for you. All right, my loves. Bye-bye.